favorite memories was fall retreat. I think it was ninth grade year at late night. They had all these different stations set up that tackled a different part of maybe something you were struggling with. A lot about being more intentional with the way you spend your time and the way you're living. And that just really struck me really hard that night. I think late nights are a good time to block out the rest of the world and really focus on things that it's easy to run away from during the craziness of life. But that night I just really, had the opportunity to narrow in on ways that I could live my life more intentionally and ways that I could use my faith more wisely and be a better leader in that. And that night really impacted me. And I realized how many lost people there are around us that were not even really taking advantage of those opportunities that we have. And so that night just really changed my perspective on the way to live life and to live it intentionally.
My favorite memory is fall retreat a couple years ago. I was praying before to build relationships, and on that trip I met a girl who I was homeschooled before, and I went to Westminster 11th grade year, and that was at the time that I was thinking about trying to go there. And so I talked to her about that, and then I built a relationship with her, and I'm actually going to be roommates with her next year at college, so that was really cool.
My favorite memory was probably fall retreat of 2017. Late night when I got saved for the first time and I found Christ. I remember pulling Mr. Renner aside and him just praying over me and accepting God.
I love meeting new people. That was definitely my favorite thing. Meeting new people, growing with brothers and sisters in Christ. My D group is my closest group of guys right now. And so, just having accountability is so important to me within my walk with Christ. And so, my D group people have been able to help me in that sense, and then also just meeting new people in worship. So much fun.
I love the community and getting to see everybody every week and just getting to talk to people and catch up.
What I love about Greenhouse is the people here. And I mean, obviously, the part I love mainly is worshiping God and learning more about Him and diving into the Word. But the people here are what, for me, separates it from just going to any other church on a Wednesday night. And it's not a small youth group at all, but I've told many people this, whether they go here or not, that it feels like a family, and at least it does to me. So I really enjoy coming here and just getting to know whoever I see in Greenhouse.
I love Greenhouse because it gives me a specific time every week to take a break from all of the really busy schoolwork and stressful everyday things.
Small groups are so important because it's after a message, after the preacher just preached to everyone, you can really break that down and see how the people around you react to that, and you can see perspectives that you hadn't thought of or how someone older than you think of, and just apply that to your life in a meaningful way.
Small groups are really important because you are having an opportunity to sit in fellowship with people who are going through the same stages of life as you are, that are often going through a lot of the same things as you. And you're able to really have a great group of accountability that, if you're struggling, if you're in need of counsel, if you're in need of prayer, you can reach out to them and say, hey, they're always there for you in a heartbeat. And it's just been awesome to really build a connection with people who love and care about you so much. And it also is a great opportunity to dive deeper into what we're learning, that it's, you get a difference of opinions. A lot of times it's really cool to see other people's perspective that may translate to more what they're going through, and it could be totally different or exactly the same as what you got out of it. So I think it's really cool to get a broad view of opinions and thoughts and perceptions, on what you're learning. And so I think it's just really cool to have everyone come together and share what they're going through, what they're learning, and how God's working in their lives.
So basically, in Christianity, I've thought of it as there are two relationships, the vertical one with God and then the horizontal one with your peers. And so JJ's message is the fulfillment of that vertical one in Greenhouse, but small groups are the fulfillment of that horizontal one with your buddies.
Probably Austin McBride. I haven't had him like directly as a leader, but he's helped me throughout the student ministry. Like I remember one night I was playing drums after Greenhouse, just messing around, and he asked me if I wanted to join the Greenhouse band. And I was like really nervous about it, and then he really pushed me to do it, and it made me a better drummer, and it made me a better Christian, and it really allowed me to serve God, and I felt like it gave me a purpose.
Probably my best small group leader that's been like the most impactful is Michael White. Just because he's been able to just talk to us and share some of his stories and things he did wrong, and I just feel so comfortable telling him like anything that I need to, that I want to tell my parents, and how he's been through like the same stuff and still going through the same stuff. And yeah, he's just been really awesome and good looking guy.
Renee Renner. I had her, I think it was 9th and 10th grade, but like I still talk to her like pretty consistently. She's really real and really wise, and she really cares about her kids.
Probably this past fall retreat that we went to, I had mouth surgery the morning we left, and I was super drugged up the whole trip. And when it was time for the zip line, like off a mountain, I was not in the right mind, and so I was just like flying down a mountain, like super drugged up, and I don't remember any of it.
My funniest memory is when at fall retreat a couple years ago, the band was playing Alive, and we were at the part where everybody crouches down and the band yells 1, 2, 3, jump, and we all jump really high. And Michael and Camden were beside me, and I was like, guys, you should throw me. And so while we were squatting down, they like grabbed my sides, and the band yelled 1, 2, 3, jump, and they hoisted me up, and I went like 3 or 4 feet above the rest of the crowd.
My first beach breakaway, Jordan and I got in the water and it was really cold, and the waves were really big and we thought we were gonna die, but Ryan and Reeve saved us and it was really funny.
I would have taken it more seriously in my 7th and 8th grade year, because I was just going just because my friends were there, and like just play ball afterwards, and I never got anything out of it. I was just wasting my time. And I also would have gotten would have joined the tech team earlier, because I feel like that's my way of worshiping mostly, is doing the lights for Greenhouse. So yeah, just join the tech team earlier and take Greenhouse more seriously.
I would have tried to go on as many trips as possible. Like, I feel like there are a couple like I missed because like I didn't really have any friends going, or I was reluctant to go. But every trip is fun, whether you have like your best friend going or not. So just go on as many trips as you can, because they're life changing. I would get involved sooner for sure if I could go back and do one thing.
My favorite intern is Alex Davis.
My favorite intern is Michael.
Michael White, because he is my cousin and I feel obliged to say so, but it's actually Emily.
I'd say either Spencer or Caleb.
Favorite intern, Shelby.
Probably my favorite intern is between Caleb Cope and Maximilian the Magnificent, but I gotta go with Caleb Cope because he's such a cool, good-looking guy, and
I don't have a favorite one. All the interns are awesome.
Be involved. Don't miss out on anything. Every trip, whether you have friends going or not, it's going to be fun and it's going to be worth your time. When you have small groups, be involved in those as much as possible. whether it's like answering questions or just meeting up or get involved. Just get involved, because you're not going to regret the time you spent with your friends trying to learn more about God.
The fact that I came in here it was around 6th or 7th grade, and then I stopped for like a year, 2 years, and then I started coming back, kind of religiously, like 9th grade, is to like continue to go during junior high, and God's gonna work in you and through you. He's gonna teach you things earlier on. He has a plan for everything, but I would definitely recommend going earlier and then stay going for the rest of your high school year, because once you go out, I really wish that I could have gone a lot earlier, but I'm glad that I even started going when I did. So
Advice I would give is use your talents to serve here, just like the Greenhouse Band and we use our musical talents to glorify God and lead worship, and it doesn't have to be that. Caleb and Michael, they do so much, and there's a lot of things they do that we may not even see that is just amazing and is really important to everything we do. So just use whatever talents and gifts you've been given to be involved in whatever way you can.